What's going on, guys? Welcome to Video Chicken. New time, Friday at 4. Sounds good, right? So I think we should do this every week, but we're about to find out. Thank you. Sheesh. Talk about cutting it close. Oh, what does Ingrid normally do? Oh, here she comes. It's time for Video Chicken. Don't hit the lights. What is wrong with you? To my left, co-host, chickenista, chicken expert, Kristen. Today is going to be an awesome show. Look at Goosebumps.
Coyotes are everywhere.
What's going on, Kristen?
Oh, I was just getting my chicken poop necklace on.
Can I get some? Someone's already pooped. Ingrid's like doing her job. Ask and you may receive. Ingrid is on it.
Don't blame it on me.
Oxygen is the solution to foul odors.
I just felt it on my back. It's warm and oh, God.
I knew I was going to have serious problems that, like, the coop remained that much better than the house forever.
The coop is beautiful, by the way. I'm not trying to plug your products by any means.
Please do.
Lipstick, give me a makeup kit. You know, I'll be nice and pretty for the crows.
Oh, so let's pull out another chicken. This is like a magic trick. Up to 1 o'clock already. Oh my God. We have a new Ingrid.
Memo. I missed the memo.
Know a lot of people who do raise rabbits alongside their chickens.
Why would you wait till the last minute to pull out your homework?
Have we met before?
Yep, that's a good one with the cords and everything.
This falls right off, and he regrows a new one the following spring.
Calm down, Matt. Calm down.
Why?
This is a really interesting show.
Oh, it's, see?
Yeah.
My fault. I love it. Cindy, you just earned yourself a shirt. I love that.
Yes, Matt, you are right.
I had no idea what to expect when we opened up that box. And this is why we love what we do.
That's my goal, is to really bring people together through chickens.
The power of chickens.
So-
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Video Chicken Live.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Kristen. Thanks for making it. You didn't do too bad. You had 2 minutes to spare.
Exactly.
I was nervous.
That's on time.
I figured with our new time slot of Friday at 4, which is just an experiment, you guys have to let me know what you think. This is all about, it's like fishing. A good fisherman knows when to go out on the lake. You guys are probably sick of my fishing analogies, aren't you?
I don't mind.
You don't mind. This is, so here's what happened. It was about, 3 weeks ago? Oh, I need a Lonnie. I got you water. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
We went live when Ethan and Evan were here. We were working on that feeder hopper with the gas struts, which is so cool. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah, I saw it on a video.
Nice.
Yeah. The one in York.
We went live, and either we got lucky, which some people say is what happens. I don't believe it. There's no luck in social media. It either there's. Oh, jeez.
Someone didn't silence their phone.
Oh yeah, it's endless. Which is good. We blew up.
Wow.
With people viewing. And that's what I want. If I can get as many people in here commenting, sharing, growing the show. But again, it's about the comments. This show is all about you guys. I don't know.
I love our chicken community.
Making me laugh, pissing me off, asking questions, ringing that golden bell, telling stories. I thrive on you guys, need you guys. You've seen what are you doing?
I just want to try your drink, your special drink.
That's what color it is?
Yeah.
That's it. What? No. Let me get a napkin for you. So, Kristen, how are you doing?
Fantastic, Matt. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. Look at all the fruit flies. If someone would clean.
It feels like home.
So, unfortunately, okay, yeah. Ingrid's not here. I'm going to give her a pass on this one. I know it's a lot to ask of people to work late into a Friday afternoon. I don't blame her. I was actually going to try to get her to come in, and I didn't get around to it. Today's been a very busy day.
Busy day.
Yeah, I did a recorded podcast with the Duffies on their podcast.
How'd that go?
Thank you. I thought you would never ask. It went so well. Sean is actually an excellent interviewer, and thank you for having your notepad here because I had to keep up with all the things he was saying, so I, could make it sound like I knew what I was.
I like to be prepared.
Yes. Actually, and that was a great pen. I don't know what the hell I did with the pen.
Yeah.
So
we know what you did with it. It's in your office on your desk, probably.
No, I have no idea where it is.
You've been sporting this new hat.
What do you think of this?
I want one.
What? No, honestly, what do you think of it?
I love it.
So, do you like my new
I've
headphones?
noticed that in your all your social media.
I was gonna wear it during the show, but you can't really see my eyes. I guess you don't need to see my eyes. Is that bad?
No, I like it.
Oh, you do?
I do like it.
All right, so I'll try.
Really, can I have one? Or do I
We'll
have to
see if you
ring the golden
behave.
bell?
If yeah, if you behave, we'll see what you can do. Yeah, so no, I'm actually very proud of Kelly. She's been working with a local. Why is that funny?
No, I was just reading comments.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Hi, guys.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough without Ingrid. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Fishing Matt Ryan is loving the fishing references.
So many. Oh yeah, right. Thank
Yeah.
you. So you understand what I mean? It's all about when you go out on the lake. Oh yeah. So Nan also had to leave today. She's got to take Jetta to her horse riding lesson because I can't wait to start sharing with you guys last week all that went on, good, bad, and ugly. But there's a reason why Jetta's horse riding lesson isn't until today. It wasn't Wednesday. So Nan had to go.
I think I passed her on the way in.
Probably. She just left.
Yeah.
So Mackenzie's hot on the mic. Nan's like, yeah, you muskrat him if you have to. But I said, no, Mackenzie will not have to muskrat me. I like these hats. So it's a leather patch, lasered out, and that's our logo. And this is just an experiment. Kelly has like...
Wait, where's your logo? I mean, that's not Carolina Coop's logo.
I made that logo
that's the
on behalf of
I know. I'm just thinking like the word logo or your picture. Oh, that's not the usual one. That's the North Carolina T-shirt.
This is a mark. That's our trademark, a mark that's been traded.
Just for the podcast listeners, you know.
Sean said the same thing. He goes, for the people that aren't watching this right now, listening to the podcast, I was like, yeah, that's what Kristen would say. No, you're right. You're always thinking about them. So here's the thing about the hats. We get asked for hats all the time. And of course, me being me, trying to make everyone happy. Try finding a hat that everyone loves.
Is this part of the look to keep the sticker on there?
Mackenzie said, yeah, that's the cool thing to do.
Really?
Yeah, no. I left it on there because
Kenzie, did you really say that?
I did, but I think they're supposed to be under the brim or something. I'm not super fashionable, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not fashionable either. I was thinking about giving this first hat away today as a prize.
I'll take it.
But I did not have time to even think of a challenge. I am tired. It has been a very busy day today, which I'm very happy. But I was also told Richardson's are a very good hat. It's a trucker hat. I like it. I like the patch. We might make it a little bit bigger. We might just move it off to the side.
Is that a sampler or are those available?
This is a sample. No, it is not available yet.
How many did you get?
Just one. Because you know me, I'm pretty particular. And
it's the smart thing to do to get a sample.
And they did a really good job.
I love it.
Yeah, like those are chickens.
All right, let me see. How about that?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It fits.
Yeah.
I like it.
If it doesn't fit, you gotta... What did he say?
I don't know.
I don't know. Johnny Cochran.
I am really missing Ingrid right now.
It's tough. This sucks. I feel like there's a hole in the ship. We're going to get through it, all right? Don't be negative. So today, I wanted to share with you guys all that went on last week. I hope you guys got a chance. I did get on the interview with Fox Business.
I saw that.
It was last Friday at, gosh, I don't remember. It was like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I don't remember. Did you guys see it? Did you see it? Did you see it?
I did see it.
What did you think?
I thought you did great.
I thought about queuing it up, but I didn't even have a chance to.
Did you post it on Carolina Coop's social media? Because I saw it on your personal Facebook. But I didn't see it on Carolina Coop's.
I probably didn't because out of fear, which I hate this fear.
Well, it was a promo, so I mean it was a promotional interview. I mean, we are your champion. We love to see you and Carolina Coop's get the word out wherever it is.
So we did an interview, and I think that went really well because I was extremely nervous about me. Like, I was like, oh, God, please keep it simple. I hope I don't say too much. I hope I don't say the wrong thing. I did not know what they were going to ask me. And what happened was I started pacing back and forth. I want to show you guys something. And then they came out. I don't have these in any particular order. They came out, and right before they brought me out, the mic, oh, gosh, I wish I could have. I probably should have labeled these. I'm going to show you guys some pictures from the New York trip. They put a microphone in my ear. And I started hearing the interview that was live, because this is all live.
Yeah.
All right. On national TV. And that actually helped me a lot to kind of get into the zone and focus. and went on and did the interview. So that went really well. And then there's Saturday morning. Did you guys check out Fox and Friends weekend? I think it was about 8:50 a.m. They did the walk around of our chicken coop.
I didn't see it live, but I saw it.
Why didn't you see it live?
Oh, I was probably doing my rounds, checking out the chickens. Chicken things. I'm sure I was doing that.
I got to tell you guys what happened. I don't know if I have any pictures of it, but I have so many pictures to share with you guys. But you would not believe what happened. I got to bring my kids, which I was very, very happy about because we homeschool. If you guys ever want to know the secret of homeschooling, we have it. I should write a book on it. And Jetta and Mikey are such opposites. I feel so bad for Mike. He did extremely well considering how he does not like being around a lot of people. My daughter, oh my gosh, I'm scared to death now. I'm like, Jetta, what are you doing? She goes, I'm moving here when I get older. I'm like, oh, no. But she loved it. She loved the subway. She just loves all that hustle and bustle. But the kids did so well, all things considered. They got to work. It's one of the things I love about having a family-owned business. There's what do you think they're doing right now?
Dusting the coop?
Picking bugs. So we did a roll-off. So
Yeah.
Ethan drove this all the way up from North Carolina, all the way down. Oh, there's a good picture. That's the one that's filtered. That's where I was like, you get it, family, child labor. So, he's got to drive this on the back of a trailer. You imagine how many bugs were on that thing?
Yeah.
Covered in bugs. So they had to wipe it all off. And, of course, Sean went around, did all the touch-up. And Ethan and Evan, I don't know, I got all kinds of pictures in here.
So are these being shared on right now? As
Yes.
you flip through them?
Yes, people are
viewers
seeing
can
them
see
right
Okay.
now.
I was just wondering.
Yes, what you see right now is what they see.
What a great team.
Yes, it went really well. Considering how things can go badly very
Yeah.
quickly, you got to think about we got to have parking permits. We got to
But this is your second time, right?
Yeah,
Was it easier the second time?
so much easier because I
Good.
wasn't stressed about the unknown. Like we knew exactly what was going on. That's funny. We knew what to expect, and it went really, really well. We only brought one coop, which was helpful. That's all we needed. So I got to tell you guys, here's what happened. If you didn't see, you got to go back and watch it. But so Skip Bedell from Catch a Contractor, you may have used to watch that show. It's his thing to go down on Fox and show off products, right? So his job,
Like the new, the latest, the exciting.
exactly, his job is to show off our chicken coop. Fox reached out to him and said, "Listen, this whole Make America Healthy Again. What can we do?" And he's like, "Let's show a chicken coop." And so we do all this work. We build the coop. Like we had to do it. This is all at the last minute, of course. We had to build the coop, get it loaded, get it down there, get it set up, and then everything starts so early. So I think we started like 4 or 5 in the morning where Skip shows up and we're doing the walk around. We're doing this whole setup with the straw and
Wow, the
pumpkins.
talent gets there that early too?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got to get started early in the city.
Wow.
Anyways, and what I love watching what Skip does is he knows our coops well. He knows our product. And the whole goal is I really want him to highlight the features. What does a Carolina Coop offer so that if you think you can't have chickens, if your spouse is so reluctant and says, no, we can't have chickens because of this, this, and this, we've solved that. So that's what he was going to hammer. The water system, the Dutch door, the
Making
feeder
it
hopper,
easy.
the deep litter system. So we get talking about it, he'll go right into his lines. And it's so much fun. And I'm like, man, you're nailing it. You just let him go, this and that. And he does that a couple times.
Yeah.
All right. So I am walking around the front of the coop. They have all these children. They're going to have baby chicks live while the talent, the hosts, come down to show the chicken coop and then show Rachel. This is her coop. Her husband, Sean, was there. And literally, you got all the cameras, all the producers, the sound guys, whatever. I hear a person go, 90 seconds up. So that means we're going to go live in about 90 seconds. And we're like, okay, whoa, it's getting close. Everyone's starting to get in place. Skip is in front of the feeder hopper, okay, and doing his lines. He's got a lot of Italian in him. He's talking with his hands. I see him go like this. 60 seconds up. What the hell just happened? He looks at me, comes over to me, and he's like, Matt, I just cut my finger right down to the bone.
Whoa!
I'm like, are you kidding me? And he opened up his hand, and it's just squirting blood. And he knew immediately, so he yelled for duct tape. He yelled for duct tape, and one of the camera people, the producers, threw duct tape at him. He starts taping his finger. And next thing I know, I hear 30 seconds, and it's not slowing down. I'm like, this is not happening right now. Like, you get one chance at this.
Wow.
That's it. If you don't get your 5 minutes, that's it. It's all for nothing. All right.
Wow.
He keeps taping it really, really tight to like tourniquet his finger. He finally gets. So I hear 10 seconds, and it stops. So he, cool as a cucumber, went back in there, and here he has to live, unscripted, with 3 hosts, 6 or 7 kids with baby chicks, hopefully make me happy, hopefully get the message out there about our chicken coop. And of course, this all started about Rachel being scared to death of a chicken or chickens. So one of the hosts started trying to scare her again with another chicken, to completely taking away the message.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was disappointed. I know they're trying to be entertaining, but it really looked like middle school antics. Or maybe even elementary school, like when you get a little boy gets a frog and he tries to scare a little girl with it. Look, I got a frog. You know, I mean, just like that. And then she was really playing it up, I think, too. Like, I don't know.
I can tell you she's truly scared of chickens.
I just assume she's playing it up because I can't imagine anyone being afraid of chickens.
Oh no, she really is, and I kind of
that.
proved it when I didn't think she was paying attention. She knew right where the chickens were at all times. So, anyways,
well, I hope she gets over it because it was worth it.
I look at Skip and I see him looking at me, and I can just tell how mad he is right now because I'm the customer. If you think about it, he wants to make me happy. He wants to get the message out. He wants to do a good job, and somehow, some way, he got through it, was able to get him back on track. And when you're watching it live behind the scenes, it looks like it all went to hell. And I was not happy.
Oh.
I'm like...
it looked worse.
Oh,
from
my
your
gosh.
perspective. Okay.
Yeah, because you have this preemptive idea of what's going to happen, and none of it happens. But you've got... And
so
you're
disappointed initially, yeah.
Big time. And you're at the mercy of these hosts.
Yeah.
And, your
boxes aren't getting checked.
Yeah, because that costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let's face it, that costs a lot of money to be on national TV. So anyways, I remember one of the producers, actually it was the head producer lady on the set part, she goes, it'll look a lot better on camera. And I'm like, boy, I hope so. And so we got done, and I went over to Skip, and I think Skip was mortified, probably dreading what I was going to say. And I just went over there, and I hugged him. I said, dude, you just crushed it. I said, you had a challenge every quarter second fighting you to do what you did. And I said, you somehow got it done. And he was like, I could tell he was thankful, but I could tell he was frustrated because it didn't go the way he wanted.
Right.
So we went back and watched it. I think it went really well. Crashed the website, which is always good. We had so many people on the website. It went down. And next time we just got to do better. I think we're going to start our own server.
Did you get any orders?
Oh, I'm sure. I haven't paid attention to any of the numbers. I don't care about the numbers right now. What I care about is what we learned and brand awareness, the people I met. It was just, it was a very, very good trip. So that all went down, and I was talking to Skip, and here's the thing that bugs me is I don't want anyone to ever cut themselves on my chicken coop. Mm-hmm. And we purposely have J channel along the egg hutch
which
roof.
Are guards on the edge.
Yeah, it's there to guard the metal so that people don't hit their head on it. But, our roofs are over 6 foot up in the air. But if take your hand and he obviously didn't mean it, but it was like he punched it. It's like you take a butter knife and punch your hand, you're going to cut yourself. And we have been experimenting with solutions for this as long as I can remember. And there is no good solution.
And you've done a great job with protecting everything below the roof line.
Right. Thank you.
Which is where I would say 99% of any potential accident would happen.
Thank you. I couldn't agree more. And you look at all these other shed builders, it's the same thing. There's no metal guard up there. And if you try to put a metal guard up there, you're going to stop the rain. Now, however, what do we normally have on our chicken coops? A gutter. Huh. And if that gutter was there, and I regret it, I was like, we should have put the gutters on. Just, we had the water system. Water system. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I'll get back to this. I want to check in with you guys. If you're just joining us, 54 people here. All right, so the experiment is not working. Ingrid's right. She goes, you just got lucky Friday. Like by now I would have had 200 people. And if you guys haven't already, give us a thumbs up, share the show. If you have any
People
questions.
that are here, we do appreciate it, though.
Of course
because
we
I
do.
see our regulars, and even from Switzerland, it's nice to see you. She sent me a picture recently, and I sent her a picture. We're both working on our chicken coops.
Yeah, so the whole idea is because I thought Friday at 4 would actually do really well. And maybe it's still a little too early.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't already, please share the show. If you have any questions, let me know and keep commenting. Oh, and I haven't said it in a while.
What? What time it is?
No. Oh, wait, can we start? Can we drink?
It's 4:20. And I don't know the date. Is it the 10th?
Today is October 11th, 2024.
It's the
We are
11th.
live. And no, if you don't have any questions, please just give us a wave hi. Let us know where you're watching from. That we always love to see where everyone's watching from. But definitely ask us the questions you have about chickens, chicken coops. And one of the things I wanted to talk about today that's been a hot topic lately is hurricanes.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
And
We've
we
had
had-
a couple doozies here in the southeast. Helene and Milton.
Yeah.
In case anyone listens to the podcast a year from now.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's true.
It happens.
Yeah, that's true. So anyways, so
Of course, it would have been nice to give the advice a little while ago.
what's that?
How to prepare for a hurricane.
Oh, no, you're right.
But
So we're gonna,
yeah, there's always another one.
unfortunately. So anyways, I wish we would have put the gutters on. I give Skip so much credit because I know what it's like to be live, but not under that pressure and to have
I bet his finger was throbbing.
Oh, it was.
Even though it stopped
I
bleeding.
felt so bad, and I give him so much respect on how he had to make a decision.
Yeah.
And that's one of the most important things you got to do in life is make a decision. And he did it like nothing ever happened. And I'm so proud to be able to know him, to work with him. And his wife, Allison, a super awesome lady. She, you would love her. She has, so what do they bring? 2 silkies and a rooster.
Oh.
And I mean, they love their silkies and they have the sweetest rooster. He would actually fall asleep on her shoulder. I wish I would have got a picture of it. And I know I'm kind of harsh on silkies, but
You sure are. I mean, you're all
am I wrong?
around
Is
a
that-
very nice guy. I mean, you pretend to be all
Is that
rough
wrong?
sometimes, but
I'm gonna plead ignorance on this one.
you're a little hard.
God, that was
You're a
funny.
little
Seinfeld.
hard.
No, I'm
A little
honest.
hard on Silky.
No, I'm honest.
Now, I want to hear about your birthday week.
Okay, so I have no idea. No idea about the birthday week.
How was your birthday? You had a birthday 2 days ago.
I did. And the
And
birthday.
I brought you something.
Oh, my favorite cookies.
Yeah,
Oatmeal raisin.
I'm
Thank you.
late
Are they,
because I
they,
just made these.
Are they keto?
Everything is keto on your birthday.
Yeah.
I gained so much
mean,
weight in New York City. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you, folks. I'm
they're
so
good. They're
grateful that I
soft.
did grow up where I grew up. Our pizza in upstate New York is still way better than any pizza you can get in the city. You would think it'd be very, very close. God, do I miss, those smell good, our pizza in the city.
You're
So-
really not going to eat one? It'll hurt my
I
feelings.
will. Of course I will. Let me get
Just
through
one bite.
all this. And it is hot as hell in here. I don't
It
think
is
the tur-
hot. I kind of dressed for the weather. Unfortunately.
So please, if you guys didn't get a chance to check that out, go check out the interview. Go check out, you can see it actually at, I think it's skipbedell.com or something like that. It's up on his website. I'm sure it's on our social media. I haven't had a chance to check on it, but just was an awesome, awesome trip. Learned so much. What are you doing here?
Well, I also brought you sunflowers. These are swamp sunflowers. These bloom every year on your birthday. So I have some plants for you to plant in your yard, or I'll come plant them in your yard. But every year
Yeah.
you'll have sunflowers on your birthday.
Well, I appreciate that. Planting's not going so well there. As much as I want to do this huge garden,
Yeah?
I'm still in the planning. I just don't have the T at the end yet. I got to plan before you plant.
Well, these will work.
Oh, those are not. So I'm just going to bury those in the ground?
No, I have plants for you.
Oh,
But this is what they look
goes
like.
to show you what I know. I got so much to learn.
Yeah.
So yes. All right. So yeah, went really well, and things could have gone terribly wrong. Loved having my family there. Loved the organization too at Fox. Like it can be hectic. Their head of security there, such a super great guy. Just so many things that went on. I know we're gonna be piecing together some videos from the roll off. Oh my gosh, the roll off. I got my foot stuck underneath the coop.
What?
Yeah.
Is your foot okay?
It is. I thought for sure I broke my toe. My leg is up in the air with my foot caught at the end of the coop, and we're trying to tilt it down and we had to pick it back up in order to get my foot out.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was, you don't sound too impressed. That was so fake, if I've ever heard a wow before.
Well, I was arranging your flowers. Sorry.
And Nan said she got a video of that, but I'm not exactly sure. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, let us know. And then I did want to talk about, getting ready for the hurricanes. I just want to go through these pictures one more time. Here's one of the things I loved about Rachel's, when she saw the coop. This is one of the best compliments in the world. And I tell people all the time, because she was not happy about getting a chicken coop. Truth be told, when we had our first meeting with them, she goes, I don't want to see it. I want it as far away from the house. I want it tucked behind the garage. And I'm like, but I told her, I said, wait till you see it in person. She kept saying, Matt, I love design, and this is designed so well. It is so beautiful. When they ended up doing the roll-off, they ended up bringing it closer to the house based on her decision.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a testament right there.
Absolutely. She just, when I first came on set, she's like, man, this is so beautiful. And it was great to see that. She's like, to see it in person is amazing. Yes, we try to get great pictures. We try to, get the website going. So I wanted to talk about also.
I love that you chose to wear that shirt, the North Carolina
Why?
shirt. That's my favorite shirt.
Well, thank you.
Hands down.
That was actually a last minute decision.
Yeah?
It was actually Ethan. He's like, you're not going to wear that shirt on your interview. And I had my green shop shirt from working all day. I'm like, yeah, I don't have anything else. And he's like, no, we got shirts in the back of the truck. So he gave that to me. I like it too because it made me look a lot skinnier.
Well, the pounds are falling off, right? I mean,
no, I added, thank you, but I added another 5 pounds. Anybody wants to
Oh.
hear about that? Just the pasta.
If anyone's following his keto diet.
It's an awesome. So this was so fun doing this interview, and the person taking the picture right now is Nan. And when I got done with the interview, I have videos. Oh, so that's the thing they put in my ear. And I was like, oh, hearing the interview from the other person from North Carolina, I think it was a race car driver, talking about what's really going on in Western North Carolina, about people just not getting the help they need, and they had to kind of fend for themselves. But we got done with the interview, and she was just crying. But I think they were happy tears. She never really answered. I got to believe they were happy tears.
Well, I would think so too.
Yeah, and I just hope my children.
She was proud of you.
Yeah, I hope my children just remember this moment for the rest of their life. I know Jetta's probably definitely end up living in North Carolina or in New York when she gets older. Now, if you ever got to put a cupola on top of your coop, this is the way you do it. You wear it just like this, and you can just imagine the hundreds of people going by because there's a sidewalk right on the other side, and they stopped. So many great comments. People were just in absolute awe of the chicken coop. And you know what else they were in awe of?
What?
Especially the foreigners? The truck.
Why?
I guess you don't see dualies in other parts of this world.
Oh.
So many
no, you don't. Not in other parts of the world.
Yeah, so many people kept coming up and then just taking pictures of it and kind of getting a little weird, getting a little too close to the truck. So anyways, I wanted to show you guys some other pictures before we move on here. And I want to get into the hurricanes. Maybe I did show them to you. I don't know. All right. We can move on. If you guys have any questions, ask away. We're going to get into it. Those cookies smell really good. I'm not sure how much longer I can last. But 69 people proved to me Friday at 4 is a good time. Is this a bad time for you?
It's fine.
It's fine. I'm still have mixed feelings. But if it grows the show, I want to do it. Oh, and you asked about my birthday. I had the longest birthday of my life.
You couldn't sleep?
No. Nan and Mackenzie, apparently, if you have a drink that's this size and you have a drink that's this size, it's not the same. They don't count as one each.
Oh, yeah? Are we talking about
and
alcohol here?
I love my Moscow Mules. And I was good. I was so good. Next thing I know, I'm like, I can't find my way to the bedroom. So it was not fun. So I had to redo my birthday yesterday, and that's when we did cupcakes.
Oh, good.
Yes. All right, let's get to some questions, and I want to get into hurricanes. I want to talk about a customer that called up, and if I understand it correctly, I guess he was a little upset we didn't have an official answer on whether or not our chicken coop is hurricane-proof.
Well, nothing is hurricane-proof.
So we're going to talk about that, and I want to talk about here's what you need to think about if you're about to have a hurricane. And I've learned a lot, and I'm going to continue to learn.
Any storm, right?
Right. And there's something.
You could be a high wind area. You could be on the coast. You could be on a plane.
So, I mean, there's something about our coops that most of them have an attached run.
Right.
So it's one thing to have a solid structure on the outside. Let's attach a giant parachute to it, and then let's
There
be
is
in a
that.
Holy crap, are you kidding me?
Just to make things challenging for you.
But
Matt.
there are things I want to talk about. So when this happens again, and unfortunately it will, what should you do? And, we touch on it about prep, ground prep. Like, okay, if you're in a high wind area, put down concrete.
Right.
Anchor your coop down to that concrete. And then what I've always worried about is if you attach your coop to the concrete, and we're going to make sure that structure doesn't blow away, because ultimately that's the dangerous part, right? It's not so much the high winds, it's what's the wind is blowing.
Right. Absolutely.
And you imagine it can blow these coops if it has to real easily, because again, it's attached to a parachute. My fear is if it'll ever rip the roof off, because I know the framing won't come off, but the metal could blow off. And worst case scenario, that's not that bad. I've seen people do something that it makes sense to me.
Strap it down.
Strap it down. Yeah, that's exactly it. You took the thunder away from me.
No, I saw that interview today.
Really?
Did you see the picture of the guy in Orlando? He's from Puerto Rico, and he installed these like hooks in the ground, and they put those straps all over his house.
So
they interviewed him.
I'll have to go watch that.
And it worked.
I bet it did. And
Yeah.
it makes sense, especially with the metal roofing. So here's what I realized is I do want to have an official answer to give anyone the best understanding. Because hurricane proof, come on. What?
Nothing. Nobody says that, right?
Well, asking if our coops are hurricane proof is like asking, is your dresser hurricane proof? You know what I mean? Like, we can run structural load tests and this and that. We've done them on our trusses, and it's unbelievable how strong our coops are. But there's no specs on pocket hole joinery like there is with structural engineers. But again, it's the run. It's a huge parachute. So that's something that always bothers me. All right, let's get to some questions. This is where Ingrid always helps out, and it is weird. Not having her voice in our headset. You got to be ready with something.
Well, I do have something.
So someone says, "Good." Actually, you know what? I have some things queued up. What do you mean you have something? What do you got?
Cracker Muncher is making an appearance.
Oh, hi, Cracker Muncher. Wait a minute. And you said you had a broody hen. I want to get some.
I do.
Is
She's still broody.
Okay, so I want to get some chickens for the coop out front.
Yeah.
Here. All right. Allison says, hi from Irvine, California. Love Irvine, California. That's Southern California. We actually have a coop at a zoo there. Utah. Love Alabama. If you guys are ever thinking about a secret vacation spot, South Alabama.
Wow.
A little bit of coast, best beaches in the world.
No, I haven't brought Cracker Muncher lately because she was molting. But look at her new feathers. Isn't she beautiful?
Is that what we're supposed to talk about now?
No, it's just, eye candy. How's the cookie?
Yeah, that's just so good. You're going to refer to a chicken as eye candy. Sean and Rachel did mention you a couple times. And thank you so much for helping them out,
welcome.
pick out their baby chicks. And they're like, yep, she's a chicken pusher. They only wanted 6. You talked them into 13.
Yeah, well. We were racing against the clock. They have a deadline on Monday. And I was like, go ahead and check out. Go ahead and check out. So it was kind of all rushed.
Oh, that must be Ingrid right there. Someone going to send me a link, or am I done for the week? That must be Ingrid. I didn't have time to figure it out. We definitely got to figure it out. But if the show doesn't grow, I mean, it looks no different than if we did it at noon or if we did it at Friday. I just really didn't know, and so we went out and put some lines in the water and see what we catch. Sipping maple syrup whiskey from Canada.
That sounds good. Well, if we do it later, people might be drinking already.
We can probably have some drinks.
Probably so.
No, we shouldn't.
I used to make a maple syrup Manhattan and old fashioned that were delicious.
Yeah, we had one on the show once, and I forgot what it was called, but it was in that cookbook.
Yeah,
Fresh
Egg Steele. Lisa Steele's Fresh
Lisa
Egg.
Steele. That was so good. That was
good.
Bourbon, lemon juice, maple syrup, and an egg white shaken a lot.
Stormy says,
I had one just a
not
week ago.
feeling the 4 p.m. Ben says back to noon. I think this is Ingrid. message them privately. Say,
Bruce Fahey, I prefer noon.
All right. Let me know because.
But Suzanne says Fridays at 4 or
boy.
2 p.m. for me.
I know.
I can live with it. So
let's
that's
do this.
too.
Let's do a show every Friday from noon to 5.
Yikes! I don't know if I have enough material for that.
You better have enough cookies. Do you work on your material all week?
No.
I don't either.
No, I should. I did start making cookies about the time I was supposed to leave, though.
We will have hoodies soon.
Good.
The hoodies are in design. We're finally incorporating, if you guys haven't seen it, our Made in USA chicken. The big fat one that Nan came up with.
I like that. Mm-hmm. Well, that's great.
Yeah, Mackenzie will definitely. She was also making sure I wasn't late to the show. Cracker Munch about to eat my cookie. These are so good. Please tell me these are keto.
Ben, what do you mean by a purple hole? I'm not sure what that means.
I think I do. Now you're allowed. I give you full permission. You are allowed to speak freely. I am not, unfortunately. I wish I could. I think I know exactly what he means, especially in North Carolina.
Okay, Fish and Matt Ryan says, why are you changing the name of the bachelor pad? That name was way better than any others in the bracket.
Okay. Thank you, Fish and Matt Ryan, for bringing that up. I almost forgot. If you guys have not already gone over to Instagram, sorry, I get these out of here. I'm going to eat them all. And I'm sure the chewing in the mic's not good. So,
keeping it real.
We decided, all I want to do is throw 3 names out there.
What were the 3?
I don't want to say, because I don't want to mislead people now because of the current circumstance.
Because there's more names in the in the running. Okay.
So I started to do it. We're doing a video. JV's recording it, doing all his thing. And I'm walking back with him, and then it hits me. I'm like, we should do a tournament style with the brackets and come up with like 8 names. So the next thing you know, Mackenzie and I are at the big whiteboard. Then we come up with 16 because you can't do 14 because it doesn't work right. Or 12. Anyways. So we came up with 16 different names. I'm going to see if I can bring them up. I meant to have, I don't know if JV's still listening, if he can print that out for me. Does it drive me nuts? Paper printing. I just like the paper. I do have.
There's a time and a place for printing.
I do have it queued up, and let me go back to. This is so difficult. Yeah, it is so much easier having Ingrid do all this.
Well, I just saw a few there.
Well, hold on. I'm going to screen share. And I think I had the screen share all ready to go. See, I got the new. We haven't decided on the name of this coop yet.
Oh.
How are we going to figure out the final decision of this name? Do I get that final say?
Wasn't it Lakeside?
Lakeside was a top contender in my mind.
Or the... Was it South Dakota?
No, Montana.
Montana.
So, did you see this one?
My partner who doesn't want chickens. Oh, a meme. Me who just ordered a Carolina Coop. That's great.
So, JV's doing it. He's trying different things, which that's all you can do. JV, is there the bracket on here? I wanted to go over all the different names, but if you haven't already, don't do it now, but make sure you go over to Instagram and vote. And this is just my attempt to get more engagement.
Rooster Bachelor Pad rename tournament. Yeah, why are you renaming it?
I don't like Bachelor Pad.
Oh. Cocktail Quarters. Cockerel's Nook.
All right, listen, JV, bring that in for me. Hopefully he's listening or Mackenzie's listening. Print out the bracket because I thought it'd be fun to have this, like everyone gets to vote every day and see who's going to be the winner. And can you focus? Do we got to put the chicken away?
Oh. She pooped on command.
Oh, she didn't. Come on. Oh, my God. She did. Stop.
Oh, all I had to do was scratch her chest, and she pooped for you.
Okay. We got brackets. I want to rename the Bachelor Pad because I don't think a Bachelor Pad is the greatest name for what we're calling the Bachelor Pad right now in that chicken coop.
Okay.
And what it is, just the corner of the run where it's for the rooster.
Okay.
Now, we came up with 16 different names that I think are all great. Someone suggested a name that I can't believe we didn't think about. And I'm wondering if we should swap it out because it's so good.
Yeah, if there's a good name, use it and give them a shirt or hat.
The cock block.
I thought that's what we were using for our netting.
No, that's avian
hawk
armor.
block.
The hawk blocking.
Yeah.
The cock block. That's funny.
Yeah. That's
But
pretty
is
good.
that too inappropriate for
Probably.
PG Video Chicken Live?
Might be good for SEO.
I don't know. So make sure you go do that. Someone please bring me in all the different names.
I'm working on it as we speak.
Thank you. JV should just be able to print it out right from his computer. All right, so moving on to the comments. I can see the logo on the. I can't see the logo on the head at all. You're right. We weren't sure if we should make it bigger, maybe smaller.
I think that's pretty good.
I do too. I've been actually wearing it most of the day, and this is
Yeah.
not a bad hat. So I can't wait to get these in. I think we're gonna do a couple different styles. And if people like them, they like them. If they don't like them, they don't like them. So to answer your question, I want to come up with something better than Bachelor Pad.
Karsten has a great question. Are you going to update your team on the website? We want to see all your workers.
We are.
I love the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, me too. And speaking of which, see how far I can go before I get muskratted. Once again, we're in another conversation that people. Okay, so Mackenzie does have the mic, so I can say whatever I want. I know it's hot in here. People might. Thank you,
See
Mackenzie.
if anybody out there wants a cookie.
Don't eat them all. Yes,
Well,
actually.
no, I actually brought the batter too, so you can make them at home.
Oh yeah, well, Jetta would love to do that. There's a chance a lot of people we're going to be seeing the entire team, but I do hate that we have not updated the Carolina Coops team. And I went around one day and got, I think, phenomenal pictures, if I may say so myself. And it just
You did.
I guess that's a question for Ingrid. So if Ingrid, if you're there, answer why. When are we going to update it? But we've had some
And
turnover.
she'll say, "What do you want me to do? You want me to update that, or do you want me to get the Coops online?"
I don't think that's what she would say.
Oh.
But I do want to get that done. I'm so proud of our team here, but the team is changing and evolving. We've had some people quit based on just not working out here, or the gig is up, things like that, been fired. I've gotten better. I know I have grown as a business owner that I don't think twice about firing anymore. I used to drive people nuts because I'm always like, we can help them. We can change them. No, you can't. People either got it or they don't. David Carbone,
Yeah. We have talked to him.
have you seen
Regular
the
listener.
OKE study saying laying production decreased when deep litter system?
We will look into that. We have not.
What's Oklahoma?
Probably.
What's the OK?
Maybe extension, or I don't know. Could be a typo, but we will definitely look into that.
Because here's the thing. The deep litter system is actually healthier for the chickens. And I have a hard time believing that. Oh, my God. We've had chickens lay like crazy using the deep litter system. I don't know. Creative tip for loading, unloading, moving coop with attached runway. Empty use of large furniture sliders. Adapt to any surface.
Employ
Huh?
use of large furniture sliders.
Yeah. I wish that would work.
It is hard.
You got a taste of it recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
We make it look easy, don't we?
Yeah, and I've done it with you, so I thought, I'll volunteer for this activity. Somebody I work with in real estate said she wanted to get a chicken coop from another colleague. I said, hey, I can help with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Did you get any videos?
A few.
David Volkman says, we love our coop. Our chickens are spoiled, but they still complain they don't get enough treats. Goes on and says, your crew is great. Took a call from me to answer a build question while they were setting up for the shoot. Thank you. You're welcome. We are always doing everything we can because we know how hard it can be to put these coops together. And we want to be there to support in any way we can because we want to make it enjoyable.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Fish and Matt Ryan had the same complaint that I did. Was frustrated watching the hosts goofing off. Skip tried his best.
He did.
Yeah, and that's explains it.
It's
like
not
I said,
easy.
it was like little kids like goofing around. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we do it again, which I definitely will, I really enjoy doing
They
it.
were trying to make it entertaining.
And at the end of the day, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm trying to be too optimistic, but knowing all that could go wrong, I'm grateful it went well. Like they tell you, like, Matt, there's breaking news. We're done. And I'm literally, you see the big ticker up top.
Yeah.
There was breaking news with North Korea about ready to bomb South Korea or something like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me.
Hurricane Helene.
A lot of talk about Hurricane Helene. So that's where Jetta's horse trainer went to, because she rides horses and she works for Raleigh Police Department. She volunteered her time to go out there because you couldn't get vehicles in some of these places, so you can go horseback.
Yeah, I saw that. Mules.
And you and I talked about something. When I was out there, something occurred to me, and I wish I would have brought this up on the interview with Fox News, because, you know, we're talking about, you know, people just, what do you do if the FEMA's not there to rescue, right?
Right.
And something occurred to me, and we can still do it. I don't know how to pull it off. It's not one of my specialties, but they don't have electricity. And they're talking, it could be weeks before they get electricity, right? And here we are, we're in the chicken business, the coop business, the egg business. And a lot of the things from being in New York City, talking to people about, you know, getting backyard chickens, I would explain to them, you don't have to refrigerate these eggs.
Right.
And then it occurred to me, I'm like, I will bet we can get a lot of people together, somehow come to one spot, donate all your fresh backyard eggs that don't have to be refrigerated, and at least get that to the people so they have some food, some really good food, and you don't have to worry about refrigerating them.
I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, once again, the power of the chicken, it's absolutely incredible, mind-blowing to me. Kevin Brooks says he likes this time.
Okay.
Yeah, so again, this is an
We'll make a note of it.
This is a complete experiment. Maybe it was a fluke to have so many people live. If anything, it may not be doing as well. And actually, Ingrid says that one time's not a good test because it's all about consistency.
Yeah.
And when I talked to you about it, you made a good point.
What?
Let's try for the next 2 Fridays, because Ethan is so excited. We take off to Italy.
Oh, yeah.
What could go wrong?
Wendy says, hello from Ocala,
Florida.
Ocala.
My chickens knew the hurricane was coming on Wednesday because I only had 2 eggs that day, and usually 7 to 9. Interesting.
Oh, they were...
So I want to talk more about getting your coop ready for a hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
Here's something else that...
We definitely should.
Making sure it's anchored down. And if you're worried, strap it down. And it's not that hard to strap these down.
And you would use anything that you would normally tie down a mobile home, a shed.
Hurricane stakes.
Yeah.
Dog stakes.
Yeah. So this isn't anything new. If you have an outdoor backyard accessory structure, you would use the same materials, right?
Yes. So here's something I learned a long time ago as I was learning these coops, and especially wind mitigation, is that run causes a lot of potential problems. And I realized I was always worried about the wind, actually right here against the solid structure part. And talking to the structural engineers, they said, that's not what you need to worry about. It's the wind coming into the run and going up and lifting, not blowing the coop apart.
Very good point.
So I thought the other thing you could do, getting ready for a hurricane, wrap that run area with plastic so the wind can't come in.
Yes. And that's going to help with the chickens too. If there's blowing rain, that's going to serve 2 purposes.
Right. And I don't think a lot of people have storm shields where hurricanes are real bad because you don't need them down there.
No, we would talk people out of that.
But that's what I kind of want people to think about, what could happen worst case scenario. Now, here's the thing. I've seen tornadoes and hurricanes rip steel buildings apart. You're really at the mercy of being in the line of fire. But I think do everything you can to save the coop, to be safe.
Protect your chickens.
Yeah, everything can be replaced. But I think the best thing to do is understand what's happening. And this is where, we get asked all the time, Matt, do I put concrete down here? If you're in a high wind area, that's a lot of weight. Concrete is really heavy.
And then make sure that you have your coop attached to that concrete. That's a step that I skipped. I'm going to do it later, but some people like me may just get distracted and not get back to it because it's sitting there on that foundation nice and tight because of the weight pushing down on the, it's a heavy structure. So it's sitting nice on that foundation, but remember to go back and use we sometimes use the timber lock.
We use timber locks if we're going into a pressure treated frame.
Right.
But if it's
or a sill plate.
If we have concrete, we have a sill plate because that allows the smoothest transition from wood to concrete.
And that's what I did. So you would use those timber locks in that case as well, as long as
no, we would actually pocket screw down several times. More fasteners. You don't need them as big, but more of them. That all adds up with your hold down.
Okay.
And then you can caulk those holes.
All right.
Because you don't want it to be a pocket trapping moisture.
Good tip.
Yeah. And then it just makes it so much easier because it's easier to anchor a sill plate down the concrete with Tapcons or some, anchor bolts or whatever. And I don't like anchor bolts because it's constant pressure on the concrete, but we just Tapcon the sill plate down. Okay. Always make sure that it cups in your favor, not cups like this. Always remember growth rings want to flatten out.
What if I use some construction adhesive?
I don't think it could hurt.
Okay.
Construction adhesives can be really, really strong. We've never done that. That's an interesting... It can't hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually interesting.
No, I use that instead of the Tapcon.
You would almost get a golden... No, not instead of.
Can I still go back and use the Tapcon?
You're going to... Oh, no. You're talking about attaching the sill plate to the concrete? No, you do... Okay, the right way to do it, especially now, is you want a vapor barrier, and you can do some type of metal flashing. They have this rubber membrane that's very sticky. We started using that on top of the concrete or put it underneath the sill plate so that you prevent the water from wicking, even though you're using pressure treated. Use your anchors. Use your anchors. Nothing's going to be stronger than those anchors. So Tapcon it. The strongest system is the epoxy system. You should try that. That'd be a lot of fun. You ever seen the epoxy system?
That's mixing two things together, right?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
That is the world's greatest caulk gun. It's a double barrel caulk gun and it mixes it. And we use that from time to time. I think it's a little overkill, but we have a video.
That's pretty cool.
We have a video of us using that system out in New Mexico because we're on top of a mountain and the engineer's like, you got to use the best. And I didn't believe him. Evan, none of us could bust it. The impact couldn't bust it.
Wow.
And what's nice about the epoxy system is it doesn't put constant pressure on the concrete. And I was like, God, that makes sense.
Well, I have brick and cinder block. Like a house.
Yeah, you got a lot. You have a little bit more going on there.
All right.
So moving on. All right, so again, listen, I'm going to read off the names for the bracket. If you guys have not gone over to Instagram, please play along. Go vote. And then we did the Sweet Six.
Is it only on Instagram?
I think so. Maybe someone else can chime in.
Yeah, they make it easy for voting.
You got the Cockadoodle
surveys.
You got the Cockadoodle Den against the Feathered Den. I think it was the letters cut off. And I think Cockadoodle Den already won. Cocktails Quarters against the Cockerel's Nook.
Those are good.
Not bad, huh?
Hard to choose on that one.
Poultry Pad against the Cockerel's Castle. That's a little overkill. Yeah, you like that over the poultry? Yeah, the Poultry Pad's a little too general.
Too general, yeah.
Chateau de Coq.
That's good.
I don't remember that one. Versus, I like this one, the Cockpit.
No, that's a hard one to choose from. Yeah, they're both very good.
So I purposely tried to do that. I did like ones that I thought were good against the absolute worst, and then brought in like the middle seeds and see what happens.
Wow, you put a lot of thought in that.
I really didn't. This is something we whipped up in like 15 minutes, but it took JV. I mean, he had to create all this. I think he's doing such a good job. You got the Pecking Palace against the Foul Pad. Over Pecking Palace?
No, I wanted to enunciate that better.
Did I say it wrong?
It sounded a little bit like Follow Pad.
Foul Pad.
Foul Pad.
Foul. What did you think I said?
Follow.
No, not follow. Foul.
Okay.
I do say it does sound like foul. Foul. Is it my Yankee? Upstate New York.
I'm not sure.
Is it getting hot in here?
I could have just been distracted by the chicken again.
The Cluck Shack up against the Cox Corner.
These are good.
I don't remember these. The Cox Corner.
I'd choose that one.
The Beak Boutique up against the Cockadoodle Cottage.
I like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. And then last, I can't read it, Cockerel Cove versus the Rooster's Ridge. So those are some cool names. I like names. It's fun to have fun.
Yeah.
And let's see. You guys get to vote on it, and let's see who wins. And it better be the one that I really want to win.
Which one is that?
I'm not going to say because I don't want to mislead. I don't want people to vote because of they don't want mine to win or they want mine to win.
You don't want to influence the outcome.
Gene asks, really good pizza upstate. We have the best pizza. Hands down.
I did
period.
visit, and I can attest to that.
Yes. And when I say upstate, Nan would say Western New York.
Western.
We're right on the border of Central and Western New York. And yes, she's technically correct. Technically, upstate is way up by the Adirondacks, Malone, Potsdam, up Plattsburgh, all that.
I've heard people say anything above New York City is upstate. So.
According to people from New York City, they think I'm not going to get into
anything
all that.
outside the city is.
But hands down, we have the best pizza. And I broke my rule. I felt so guilty, and I definitely am paying for it.
It was worth it.
I gained so much weight. Ohio here, so it's getting really cold. Speaking of getting really cold, it is time we start doing some videos reminding people, get ready for the winter with your heated water systems.
And do it before freezing temperatures. Don't wait till then, because we get all those calls after the freezing temperatures hit that something cracked, something broken. You know, it's or if you're not going to use the heating system, then drain it if you're in an area with freezing weather.
Yes, great point. We should do some videos.
Okay.
We should do some more videos. Steve Martineau says, greetings from Tampa. We got slammed, but the coop withstood the pounding winds. See, that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, send us a picture.
Yes, because here's the thing.
We really like to see that.
The structure with the strength of the lumber with Douglas fir, the pocket hole joinery, screwed and glued, the screen, everything about it, it is a tight structure. Wind, we've seen it. It's not going to blow it apart. We've seen what happens if it's not anchored down. The whole thing blows away. And people are like, oh my gosh, nothing broke.
Yeah.
But I am worried you get strong enough winds that if it's anchored down well, it's going to rip that metal off. And that might be worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Versus the whole thing blowing away in a really high wind. So strapping it down, sealing off the run area so wind doesn't get inside, I think that'll be a really good idea. Thank you for the happy birthdays. 23. I tell you, I'm getting up there.
I know you're not 23.
I'm getting ready to shave the head again. And my hair is driving me nuts. I look so old. It's sad. And I'm not as old as I look. It's depressing. I almost, when I did the
How old did you turn?
46. When I did the interview at Fox, I walked in and they're all getting makeup. And I was like, man, should I get makeup for the camera? Because I haven't seen my face without vitiligo in 8 years?
Yeah.
But I didn't. I was like, nah, I don't want to lose my man card. But I get it. I learned so much, especially being on set. Hello from Charlie in Tennessee. I'm the guy that copied your awesome design. Great time for the West Coast. East Stormy says, no, thank you. Question. All right, Sonos. Any input or experience using chicken spheres? Do you know what he's talking about? Yes or no? Don't get into details.
No.
Give me. Oh, okay. Seems like a great alternative for free ranging due to hawks. I love the idea. I want to experiment, but you got to have hawks to find out if it works. And I have
a theory about those also.
Okay, so let me explain them, Mackenzie. Give us your theory. So there are these. It's like a chicken, like a hamster ball. But it's a cage, and the chickens can go around, but they're protected by this ball of wire mesh. And if a hawk comes down, they can't get to them, but they can walk around and scratch and free range.
Doesn't sound very good for a chicken.
I don't think so. And, what's interesting is I learned something that would make me think this would happen with the ball, with the really big thing that's going on. We went out and had a visit with this person that we're going to do a coop for, and this person mentioned something that was happening in their existing coop about the toes getting caught.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a good point. That's interesting. Mackenzie, what is your theory on the
spheres?
The chicken spheres. Am I saying that right?
I feel like raptors like to swoop down and pick things up, and I feel like that gives them a carrying bag for a chicken.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I would be concerned that my chickens are now in a to-go box for that raptor bird.
She's I don't think she's wrong.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any experience on that? Let's go see. I mean, it could be fake for all I know.
I mean, it almost sounds like a fad. Like
like sweaters for chickens.
Chicken sweaters and the xylophone. Like these things, they come and go because the chickens aren't really into it. Ben says we love Cracker. Thank you.
You're reading ahead of me. Don't you see where my eyeballs are reading?
No.
You read down here. I read up here. So she's molted. She does look good. I won't call her eye candy. That's, I think, taking a little too far, Kristen.
Well,
Order new hemp
To each
today
his
to
own.
change out my coop. We are, again, loving our hemp. The manufacturer is doing such a good job keeping it consistent. The quality is the best. We still have more people sending us their samples and nowhere close. So if you are thinking about what should I use for bedding for any of your animals, not just your chickens, hemp is by far the best. I made some decisions on our printed bags. We're going to have the timeline. Speaking of timeline, Ingrid mentioned something I wanted to question, and I didn't dare because I don't want to upset her. But I didn't know enough, so I had to go back and do some homework.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I can discuss it. Did I talk to you about it?
No.
Yes, I did. Wow, you will avoid it. But I think that might be an interesting point to bring up. All right.
The timeline of hemp?
We're going to put the
You
time.
didn't talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to jog
I've
your
been
memory
a little
here.
out of pocket this week.
So we're going to have on the back of it the timeline of the history of industrial hemp, where it started out 8,000 BCE, I think it said, and just talks about it, and then 2000 BC. And then we get into the United States in 1937 when it was outlawed. Okay. Outlawed. And then in 1970, the United States government made it a, oh God, what was the term? I have it.
This must be in commercial farming.
No, this is all together. All right, I'm going to tell you. This is interesting. And I send it.
That is interesting.
Well, and it gets even more interesting. I remember something Ingrid said, and I'm like, oh, I can see Nixon doing that, but I didn't know enough. Nixon had nothing to do with it.
Industrial hemp or deep litter?
No, it had nothing to do with deep litter. Making it illegal to have anything industrial hemp. Made it criminal.
Okay.
In 1970, and they outlawed it. They took it to a different level. Hold on. I have it all right here. When's the last time you've seen a text with that little arrow?
Ugh, that gives me the shivers.
And here's the thing. Here's what I love. Our Declaration of Independence is written on hemp. I mean, that's pretty damn cool. But in 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act was passed in the United States, effectively criminalizing hemp production. This legislation marked a significant decline in the cultivation and use of industrial hemp. All right, so the government gets in there, gets in the way. Nobody wants to do it. And then in 1970, a senator from West Virginia proposed the Controlled Substance Act, classifying hemp as a Scheduled I drug. I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyways.
Hemp? Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyways, we're going to put the timeline on it, and then we're going to have instructions underneath
Very
in more
nice.
detail. Isn't that cool?
It makes it cool.
Thank you. All right, Scott, question.
And a little light reading.
Saw your kit with the thermostatic plug for winter. Would a temp-controlled unit with a sensor immersed in the water be better? 38-50 degrees seems like it'd keep the heater and circulator on a lot. Great question. You could. You absolutely could. And this reminds me, I made a mistake somewhere. So what he's talking about is we got a pump and then we got the de-icer inside the rain barrel. Now, let me be clear. The de-icer, do I have one here? I noticed they've been going out the door again, which is good. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's seasonal for sure.
So the de-icer has its own internal thermostat. So you drop that down into the rain barrel. Its job is to keep the water from freezing. It's not going to heat it up that it's warm to the touch. It's only going to bring it up to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's all you want. Then the pump has to know, hey, I got to take that water from the rain barrel that's not going to freeze before this water freezes inside the water bar and pump it and circulate it. Well, we put a thermostatic switch for that pump to tell it to turn on. And I'll be honest, I never thought about having the thermostatic switch in the water because I guess that's ultimately what we're trying to prevent from freezing.
Right.
But that thermostatic switch where you just plug the pump in is so simple and works really well as long as you got power. But the mistake I made is I put that thermostatic switch for the pump inside the run that I had, the redneck plastic on.
Yeah.
It wasn't getting the actual real temperature reading outside where the rain barrel.
Yeah, because it was warmer inside.
Exactly. So make sure that's on the outside. I'm not saying you can't do it. And I don't know. I personally, I don't have a problem with it. Of course, people can always modify it. And if you do and you think of
Scott,
something,
yeah,
let us
Scott,
know.
if you have something that's working for you, let us know.
How long ago did you do the Irvine Zoo Coop? It's beautiful. Well, thank you. I couldn't tell you. I
5 years ago?
I think it's longer than that. Here's all I remember. We had one truck at the time. That's how long ago this was. We had one truck, broke down. We had a coop that had to go all the way from New York to Washington State in the middle of the winter. People don't realize this about Sean. I know sometimes our driver Sean gets some crap, but no one will ever drive and be so determined like that guy. He drove in a box truck. We had to rent. Maybe it was when we got T-boned when we were down by your place. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's driving in an Enterprise box truck, like the one you see on Back to the Future, with Jesse, who worked for us at the time. No heat. All the way across the country, through the plains, up top. And then they get done with that coop. They're ready to head down the West Coast to Irvine to do the coop. I get a call. Okay, it didn't sound like that. It was a ring. Ding, ding.
Ring.
Hey, Matt, we're missing 2 walls.
Oh, no.
You would think that would upset me. It didn't. You know what? Do you remember what I did?
Yeah, you took the whole family out there.
I looked at it and I said, road trip.
Let's go.
And we were in the truck within an hour, and it was a polar vortex. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
We drove all the way from New York through Colorado all the way to South Los Angeles in Irvine. And Gus was a puppy.
Well, that tells you how far back it was.
Yeah.
Because
That's right. So so you might be right. 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah. Oh God, he's gonna be 7 this year. His birthday's coming up. Anyways, so
let's have another birthday party.
I'll never forget that. But there was hotels that we had to stay at that were not pet friendly. So I slept out in the truck in that cold with him.
Wow.
Yeah. So you just wouldn't believe when people kind of whatever. It was our choice. What we did to get it done. So yeah, I would say about 6 or 7 years ago. I prefer 4 p.m. I have work meetings at noon. Maybe we should do a vote. Maybe we should do 2 shows.
Ben said there was a hole.
Where are you
without
reading?
Ingrid.
Say you read down there.
Yeah.
I read up here. We need to put a line in here. Like you're not allowed to read below this line.
I'm a little defiant.
You do it on purpose. Do you realize
Fish
that?
and Matt Ryan said Cracker Muncher is about to be a cookie muncher.
Yeah, right. Where did those cookies go?
I gave them to Kenzie to hand out.
So you're saying Ben said he said there was a hole without Ingrid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because of her purple hair.
I was way wrong. Yeah, it's not the same. I hate it. I don't get to look over and see her. How are we doing on people? 73. So this is really no different.
Not
So
bad.
I guess just let us know. Or the next test is Sunday morning. That I think is when it would be the best. Sunday morning?
Hi, Kenzie.
Oh, I know. I didn't need more cookies. No.
Yeah, it is warm in
No,
here. Isn't
feel
it?
the heat. Feel the pressure. Suck it up.
It's warm everywhere. The heat's off. It's 5 o'clock. Everybody left.
I know. All right. Thank you. All right. We think you need to add the cock block to the names for the bachelor pad. Do you seriously? Actually, I think it was Jennifer Storm. No,
Kenzie
no
is
cock
saying
block.
no.
I think it was Jennifer Storm that suggested the cock block in one of the comments. I like it.
It's a little edgy. But
Edgy's good. Is edgy bad?
well,
I'm going to plead ignorance
The
on this
people
one.
are voting.
Edgy is not good.
Edgy's
That'll get us canceled.
like culture canceled.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't.
I'm not voting though.
And we need to decide how are we going to determine the name of the Montana Coop.
Sue Malloy says the Montana for that coop.
Carson, question: how do you get the rooster into his bachelor pad? You just
Does
put
he
it.
stay in there?
So
Or is he
we
supposed to sleep separate?
we've had people do it. We got we
It's
got
a
to
little-
follow up with our customer
It's
in
a little
Orlando.
isolation.
It works. Yeah, they isolate them in there.
okay.
Yep, and it works. Received my weather shields today in Michigan. Seems too warm yet to install them. What would you think is an average temperature? 50. Come on, don't let her eat the cookies.
They're covered.
No, she already poked a hole through it.
I let her drink out of my coffee in the morning.
I bet you do. Get a video of that, please. All right. What would you think is an average temperature, 50s, 60s question, to install? 6A, 5B also are the foam inserts more for snow?
Okay, here's a couple thoughts on that. Don't install them until you get close to freezing temperatures.
It's my birthday.
Also, you don't have to put them all on at once. I like to put them on gradually, put them on in 2 stages. Okay, I'm going to put on some of them in the fall, put them all on for the winter, and then take them off in 2 steps as well. So you don't have an all or nothing situation. It's just because we have fluctuation in temperatures. We have some warm days in the fall, and we have some cool days. So you don't want to have to take them on or off, but you want them on for the worst of the winter.
Remember, it's not the temperature, it's the wind chill.
Yeah. But if you have them and you want to use them, that's my suggestion.
Laura says, we use the deep litter system and my girls lay on a regular basis. Slow now with lighting change, but I've been doing deep litter system for 3 years now. Thank you. I
think the convenience would outweigh any slight, if any, decrease in
Do you think there is, though?
No, I would look at the sponsor of that study.
Follow the money. That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
I mean, did the Pine Shavings Company sponsor that study?
Was it not working?
Uh-oh.
Oh, my shortcut keys. Wait, what did you say?
I would see who sponsored the study.
Interesting. You're probably right.
Yep. I will look into it, and I will return next time with chicken in the news.
Speaking of chickens in the news, why is this not working now? I had this working so perfectly earlier. I had my pad.
Cracker Muncher probably stepped on your keys.
Yeah. Also, speaking of chickens in the news, do you remember this? Which brings back good memories, doesn't it?
That was our intro.
I want to figure out how to incorporate the intro again. I thought this was pretty good. Do you guys remember this? Yeah. I made this.
I like it.
we got to figure out how to incorporate that back into the show. Okay.
Oh, Kelly says we've gotten a lot of calls
Where
from the
are you
Fox
reading?
spot.
You're below the line.
I'm skipping ahead.
I'm going to put tape on that part of the screen.
Give me a mouse.
No. I control the mouse.
There should always be 2.
But you skipped. Question, can I use Dry Seal MP all-purpose putty to fill knots, etc. on the coop instead of wood filler? Thanks. Okay, great question. When it comes to...
And she's in Switzerland.
Okay. When it comes to what do I fill, whether it's wood putty, all-purpose putty, wood filler, basically, I want to make sure you understand you're going to use any of those choices on one continuous piece of material, that same material. Not in between 2 pieces of material, because that stuff's not flexible enough. But my answer would be follow the instructions, read the reviews, and I think both will work just fine. But also, your choice may have to do with if you're going to stain it or you're going to paint it. Do you want to sand it? And if you want something really, really hard, there's an epoxy you can use that is just probably the best if you're looking for something very, very durable, but boy, is not fun to sand. We've gotten a lot of calls from the Fox spot. That is great to know.
I said that one.
If the Duffy's Coop can withstand Evan standing on the roof, should withstand a hurricane. That was actually Ethan. But Evan's gotten up there too.
But yeah, we walk all over those roofs.
All over. Our roofs are so strong. We have videos where it's like an average of 700 pounds to break a truss. And on every single one, the wood broke before the joint. The joint didn't break. So that just goes to show how strong they are. I like this time as I work till 3 p.m. during the week.
Interesting.
I don't know what to do. I'll be honest with you. We're going to have to kind of weigh the good and bad. The show audience is not at all what it was that one time on Friday. So maybe there is luck.
Maybe there's a difference between going live on location and video chicken live. I would think Video Chicken Live, we have such a great community that they want stability. They want to know when to watch. And they want to put it in the routine.
But we also need to grow the show.
Yeah.
What do we got to do to grow the show? Because growth is important. It's one or the other.
Well, let's take a moment and look back at our past shows and see which ones did the best.
Okay.
And we'll get back to everybody.
Define did the best. Like just had the most views, gets the most activity. How many people are watching it afterwards? It's amazing how many people download this as a podcast afterwards.
Yeah.
Steve says, I just ordered the storm shields for the exact reason. Oh, because he was down in Tampa. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it makes sense. But what it means is you're going to potentially now have more sideways pressure. I'd rather have that than lift.
Yeah.
So, if you have a lot of hurricanes, you can pour a footer with rebar to tie into the foundation. Then the coop attaches. Yep.
Thank you, Ben.
You need to connect the concrete foundation to the bottom plate of the stud wall to the top plate of the rafters. I was just going to say, here's an engineer. And I'm not going to say they're wrong.
To the bottom.
It's all about transferring that load up or down.
Yeah.
And you see that with hurricane straps. And we've done that in high wind areas. And the city probably said, no, you got to add hurricane straps. And I know why. Because they don't know pocket hole joinery. I will put our joinery up against hurricane straps any day of the week. But it doesn't hurt to add them. They're not very expensive. They just don't look good. And while he's not wrong, like you want to go up and tie in and not have to rely on so much of all the joinery, if I'm understanding that correctly. And it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess I'm going to leave that up to you guys.
Jeannie, hi from Naples, Florida. Let us know how you did during the hurricane.
Oh, now you're up there now. So
Unpredictable.
I haven't had a chance. I've been paying a lot of attention to the hurricane and all the waters in western North Carolina. That was insane. How do
Yeah.
you flood like that in the mountains?
They got a crazy amount of rain.
It was nuts.
Back to back.
It was
And
absolutely
all
nuts.
that water has to go somewhere.
Yeah, I should go downhill, and that just goes to show the power
Well,
of
all
water.
of the, there's so many little towns on the river.
And then takes it right
All
out.
sorts of like mountain getaways and trailers next to a stream.
Yeah, and they're not
that's where
ready for
people
things like
choose
that.
to live,
Right,
yeah.
and they're not ready for things like that versus not that Florida ever wants a hurricane, but they're used to it. They're prepared for it. The buildings have been redesigned for it. But yeah, we've flown the last 2 times we flew home. Well, 2 times ago, it was in a hurricane, and it's not fun. I can't imagine. I just cannot imagine being there. I don't get the hurricane parties, but that's also a lot of people like, I don't know how you handle the snow in New York.
That's true.
You just get used to it.
I wouldn't. Robert Moreno, we are in Illinois and like this time better. We're new chicken owners with the American Coop. How do we keep the heat in during the winter?
You don't.
Congratulations on your new coop.
Yes. So thank you. Listen, this is so important. I guess this is going to be the subject we're going to have to start talking soon because, I mean, it was cold here. It got down to the 40s last night. Chickens do well in the cold temperature. They don't do well in the wind chill. The key word is consistency. So you take a look at our coops, okay? So let's just take a look at this one right here. Oh, look at that. I don't know how I'm doing that. All right, you got the hen house and you got the run. And the chickens, when they're in the hen house, you're blocking the wind chill, okay, because of the structure. Close the windows. And you still want it to ventilate. You do not want to insulate that because you do not want to trap moisture. But let's say you did. I'm going to insulate it. I'm going to heat it. I'm going to trap all the moisture. It's not ventilating. And then when the chickens are like, well, I got to get to work. I need to go down there and start scratching. They come down this run. And then they're out into the run area and they have all that moisture and it's a lot colder. That's too much of a dramatic change. And they're going to have increased chances of frostbite because of the wind. That's where our storm shields come in because now you can allow consistency in temperature because you're blocking the wind chill. And if anything, it's not as dramatic. Even though it's going to be warmer in the run, it's not so dramatic. So I cannot emphasize enough how important that is that you don't heat your coop during the winter.
Yeah, you certainly shouldn't have to.
Matt sounds just like Tim the Tool Man Taylor. I used to love that show. Question: what could we get? Could we get a few smoke-colored polycarbonate panels to use in the summer to keep the shade in the run? Could you? Yes. Should you? No. We have, and we just haven't done it yet. We already have it in design. We've got the idea from one of our customers. I mean, we're talking.
What are you talking about?
A shade.
Oh, I thought Mackenzie went home.
Shade.
The solar shades.
Yeah.
So.
Those are readily available.
Okay.
Yes.
Checking.
Yes and no. Now you have to understand.
Porches and patios.
Can you go get them and figure something out? Absolutely. A lot of our customers don't want that. They want it all ready to go. And we've been working with a manufacturer actually down in Florida that makes them for RVs. And we came across them at a show, and it's just a matter of finalizing everything. And it just hasn't been a top priority. But we want them so they go in between each panel, and you just pull them down, and you have a solar shield. The polycarbonate's going to make it too warm. But if you block the shade, but you still let air through, that's ideal. Especially on the west side, because it gets so hot. It's hot about 2-3 o'clock, so when it's going to get hottest during the day. Then that sun comes around. You pull that solar shield down. You will make your chickens so happy. It's the heat that stresses chickens out.
And you might want to try plants for a natural shade.
That's a good point. Yeah, like hops and
annual vines. Yeah.
You have something growing at your house, which is insane. How big this thing got? Could you grow Confederate jasmine around a coop or no?
Oh yeah. It's called star jasmine. Now
you said it was called Confederate.
It was when I planted it.
What's it called now?
Star jasmine.
Well, did it change species?
No.
They canceled the name.
Yeah, the name got canceled.
You can't say Confederate?
Well, apparently the name. If someone goes to their store looking for Confederate jasmine, they may not find it, but they'll find star jasmine. I personally wouldn't use that on a chicken coop, though, right in front of it, because it's evergreen here, and it would block the sun in the winter.
Do you guys like seeing the comments? I kind of like it, but we're going to change it up a little bit here. I miss kind of bringing them in. And
we're a little behind on the comments.
Well, we are, because I'm just, oh my God, it's 5:22 already. But I love this. My son wants goats. Have you got the goat house yet? Yes, I do. It's all in design. I just got to make it so it can go into production. But we can custom build it without having to wait for it to go into production.
Don't you have a customer for that?
Yes. It's coming up.
Okay, good.
We're getting a little behind.
So we should have some pictures soon. I know you look thirsty.
What was she pledging?
No, I'm just showing her the water.
I
thought she was thirsty.
Apparently not.
We got an hour drive home.
If you are interested in a goat house, just give us a call.
Come on.
And we have the best goat house. You know what's funny is a friend of ours that does another podcast yesterday was saying why not to get goats, and I just so disagree with a lot of what they were saying.
They can be a lot of trouble.
Anything can be trouble if you don't understand
chickens
it.
are easy.
You don't use it right. No, chickens are not easy if you don't have the right coop.
That's true.
Thank you.
That's true.
You got to have an understanding. It's like, I can't say it. But I love goats. I think more people should get goats, especially if you need milk. Goat milk is a lot easier to get.
Yeah.
And it tastes just as good, if not better. We did, oh my God, if you guys ever want to see a funny video, it hasn't gotten a lot of views. We'll have to go back and maybe redo it. We did a goat taste test versus cow taste test milk with my father and my daughter. It's so funny. And we're all like, we didn't know which one was which. The raw goat milk, though, we all said
was the best.
Was better. If we had to really pick, I'd rather drink that. Not to mention it's gonna be healthier. Do you still do your
raw milk pickup? No.
You sure you don't? You sure?
Yeah.
Why not?
The kids bring that up all the time and laugh that they grew up meeting a truck in the parking lot behind Target every week for milk.
Every Tuesday at 2 or whatever to get raw milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Is it safe to use clear vinyl to wrap run for winter? I say so, yes. That's what I did.
They're not eating it.
Yeah, it's cheap. It doesn't look good, but it works. That's what I did. I got pictures of it, I'm sure. Chicken Orb is a great website for spheres, Australian, but not yet available in the U.S. Interesting. Hell no on those metal balls. Francine is here, and she has spoken. Hi, Francine. Can you say
raccoon picnic basket. That's funny.
Oh, she's probably not wrong.
Except the raccoons aren't out till night, but yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, Chopper Doll. What kind of chicken is that? She's so cute. Oh, thank you.
What kind is she?
She's an Old English game.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the bantams. Unless it's a frizzle. Can't you bring in a frizzle?
I don't have one.
Hey, listen, I want some chickens.
Okay, I'll hook you up.
Let's, you didn't bring them? I thought you were bringing 6 chickens. I want.
Ingrid's coming over this weekend to shop for chickens. You can come too.
Oh, I'm invited?
Yeah.
I see you two are all buddy-buddy, but I don't get the invite.
I don't get any invites either.
Whatever. You have an
I'm having a party next weekend.
Oh, I know. Right before I fly out to Italy. Really? Listen, I want 6 chickens. You have them ready to go. And do you have a frizzle I can have?
No, I don't have a frizzle.
Do you have a white crested black Polish?
I have a silky.
Oh my God. Don't you even think about it. Don't you even think about it.
Well, I can give you a broody with those chickens underneath her.
Oh, and I want. Oh, that's the broody hen? Is the silky?
No, the broody actually is a very beautiful smoky Americana. Smoky gray black.
I want the broody. Because I want to actually get on video what we always talk about. Now we can show it is get some fertile eggs. You said we'll go out to the local Dragonfly?
Yeah.
And get some
I would.
I am Samanis.
No.
No.
I mean, I have one of those I only have one left that we hatched on the show.
Oh, that's one of our. Is it a rooster though?
No, I got rid of the rooster.
I
have a hen. That's the only one left from the hatch.
All right, so we got so much going on. Oh, I got to get caught up on this. All right, it's already 5:26. Hope you guys are doing well. I would say our experiment is a bust. What would you say?
Yeah, it's not.
There's no difference.
Sorry,
it's no difference. If anything, it might be
because we have the big negative of Ingrid not being here. So.
You guys conspired. This is a conspiracy.
You wish. No, we're too busy for that. We don't have that kind of time.
What is the best way to clean the de-icer? Vinegar. Soak it in vinegar, diluted vinegar, and a nylon brush.
Mm-hmm.
I really want a heated water system. Talk my husband into it. Tired of hauling water container in-house at night to keep it from freezing. Oh, hell no, Laura. Get our water system.
Yeah.
Your life will be so much easier. Chicken coop, duck coop, bunny coop, goat coop. Will Murder Mittens get a catio with a big run
question.
to keep him as her out of the trees?
I love that one. He knows our product line and he's a cat lover.
So that's a little biased.
I think he's won before too, though.
Oh, probably. No, you did it. I
did it. I did it. Karsten.
No, you're right. I do love how they know some details. I was thinking about asking people what's my favorite tool out in the wood shop because it came in today. I wonder how many people know me well enough to know what my favorite machine is in the wood shop.
Karsten, email Ingrid.
From.com.
Ingrid at CarolinaCoops.com.
Get yourself another t-shirt.
Or wait for the hat.
Or the mugs. Will Murder Mittens get a catio? Did you guys watch? Did you see what we did for Murder Mittens?
Yeah,
all those steps?
I didn't see what happened after that, though. Did she come down?
No.
What happened?
Lance had to risk his life. I'm like, Lance, you might need to go punch out. I'm not paying for this. And he not only went up the tallest ladder I have, which is easily, it's got to be a 50-foot, 40-foot extension ladder, and then had to climb up into the tree. It's all on video. Grab her, scruff her, bring her down, and she wouldn't get in the bag.
Oh, he had
She's
a
like,
bag
no,
with her?
I'm not getting in there. And he's hanging on by one hand, trying to get the cat in there. And what's he doing, Lance? He's laughing. I'm like, oh, this guy's got balls of steel. So then I climbed up, and I somehow had to help. I don't know what I did. I don't remember. And I did not want to climb up because the ladder's like this, and I'm too old for that stuff. I so badly want to do catios, and hopefully one day we will. I absolutely love them. But no, Murder gets to run to the house. She gets whatever she wants.
And how often does she come into work with you?
Almost every day. She comes in with Nan.
So she doesn't mind in the car ride.
What is the biggest chicken coop? that we've done. The biggest chicken coop in the world. Not sure which. Biggest
The
chicken coop.
biggest one on our regular production is 10 by 30, but we can do any size. And the largest one was the one in New Mexico, probably?
Yeah, I would say cubic footage, square
Yeah.
footage. That was definitely the largest one. I came in late. Does anyone know which coop is in the background? It's so cute.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you asked because this is the...
That was a custom coop and a hybrid creation of, well, I would say that's the Carolina coop, 8 foot wide with some storage underneath the hen house.
And a brooder.
When is the greenhouse rolling out? Soon? No, I don't know. When I get my wood shop up and running and I want to build one for my house, figure all that out.
Hey, I've got a question. I want to use my screen porch that I don't use very much as a greenhouse in the winter. Can I buy polycarbonate panels for that? Would that work? I could put my house plants out there.
Hold on. Okay. Yes. Will it work? Sure. Go right ahead. Wow.
What?
So I'll tell you what. Damn. That's pretty good.
What?
Or maybe I talk more than I think. Is the suspense killing you?
Yeah,
Is it driving you
you're
nuts?
just scrolling.
No, I'm not scrolling. I'm thinking. You are correct. Who paid for the study? Okay, so this is going way back. Yes. So let's find out who paid for the study. That is a
Okay.
great point. I was just saying it's already 5:30. I got to get going. I got a meeting at 5:30. I got to get to, but I'm just gonna say, yeah. G. Michael, he's right. The lathe. I love my lathe.
Really?
Yep, came back. We're gonna be making custom dowels for the cedar coop. Did you go out and see the cedar coop? Oh no, you haven't had a chance.
No, I just came in.
Wait till you see the cedar coop. I'm gonna do a video next week on how to make dowels and little tips and tricks. Is it the pocket joiner? No. How does non-pressure treated wood hold up over time? Should I build my coop all out of pressure treated lumber? It depends on the species. I wouldn't build your entire coop out of pressure treated lumber. There's many reasons why.
You don't need to.
I would agree.
It's probably too much contaminant opportunity, or we don't know enough about it to have their entire structure. I mean, it's probably okay, but
And people do
it's
it all
probably
the time.
a waste of money.
And a waste of time and energy, because here's what happens. Unless you go buy that pressure treated
all
lumber,
wet, too.
sticker it, strap it, let it dry out, hope that it stays solid.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, I have seen with my own eyes, Douglas fir is an incredible lumber, non-treated. I have left it outside, completely unprotected for like 5 years, open to the elements in upstate New York, and then we brought them in. Thank you, Mackenzie. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. So I just love Doug fir. I would not say you have to use all pressure treated, but definitely use pressure treated where it touches the ground. What you have to understand is be mindful of the type of hardware you use for going into pressure treated lumber.
Screws, fasteners,
Exactly.
staples.
Hot dipped, galvanized. You drool every
Or
time over the
stainless steel.
CNC machine. I do love the CNC machines, but Bruce Fahey, you're correct. Also the lathe. So listen, G. Michael Jr., since you answered that so quickly, go ahead. Ingrid.com. No.
Ingrid at
CarolinaCoops.com. Get yourself a shirt. I think that's awesome. Guys, I got to go. It is Friday. It is late.
Are
It's
we
the
here
weekend.
next week?
Do you want to do it at the same time next week?
I don't
We
know.
are here next week. It's going to be our last show before we fly out to Italy. And I think so. Maybe we'll do Sunday.
No.
Why not? Come on, you're putting a lot of pressure on me.
Oh, well, we'll be
we'll
here next
do-
week.
we'll-
we got to talk about the time.
We'll do Friday at noon next week. Thanks for being here, guys. You have a wonderful... I got to do all that Ingrid does. Wait, is it this? No. I love this one. Did you say anything funny? The outro. I have the outro.
Bye, guys.
yeah.
See you next week.
Yeah, I forget how to end the
Stay
show.
safe.
Later. How do you end the show, Ingrid? I don't know how to end the show.
Finish?
Oh, the big button says finish. See you guys later.
No one's here to take a picture.